My introduction to content creation started when I did my first live stream on December 10th of 2021. Since then, I've opened hundreds of packs and pulled some insane cards. Today, we're going to be looking at some of those pulls, but the best part is I graded them all along with some of my own cards from my personal collection. And here we have it. 23 graded cards. The first 4 in the submission order were not mine. They belong to my cousins. One of them is a soccer card. I don't know anything about soccer, but we're still going to take a look at it. And we're going to start with this first card here. Ooh, starting out with fire right off the bat. We're not going to take too close of a look at all of these cards. There's a lot of cards to go through. Just the ones that are a little suspicious. But starting off with our first Charizard, we have a Gem Mint 10. Celebrations is pretty easy to grade, but honestly still beautiful card. Prices are going to be on the screen as usual, and we'll continue on. Here is our first soccer card. It's actually our only soccer card. It's a Neymar Jr. I don't really have anything to say about this. It got a 6. I think it does have like pretty bad corners and stuff. Next up, we have a Reshiram from Legendary Treasures from the Radiant Collection. So this is actually a card that I gave to my cousin and graded for him. Condition definitely is not the best. A lot of whitening on the back. It got the 5. I wasn't expecting anything good. This is just a binder card that it's his favorite card, so we got it graded. All right, moving on. This should be the last card that they have. It is the Zapdos, the alternate art from Chilling Reign. Looks pretty well centered. Back looks good. It's a little bit off center on the right in the back, and it has a mint 9. Not bad. This should be the start of my cards, starting out with the Energy Recycle System. This is a card I pulled last year on my live stream. It came out of an EX Unseen Forces pack that I opened. I will be opening another EX pack this year, December 10th. Let's see what this got. A near mint 8. I thought this card looked really good. Actually, you can see the print lines right there, but it's a vintage card. It's a really old card. If that were to grade a 10, it'd be a pop 2. Going into a Rainbow Nessa from Vivid Voltage. This is a really nice looking card. Honestly, I'm just gonna assume 10 on most of these modern cards. I will let you know which ones I don't think have the 10. But this is the Gem Mint 10. We're gonna start a pile for this. Next up, we have a Legendary Collection Squirtle. So this was gifted to me by a friend. Condition is not the best, but it's a Legendary Collection Reverse Hollow starter. You cannot go wrong with this. This is probably still a very valuable card, even as an excellent 5. Not disappointed with this. This is a very valuable card. This Firework Hollow Foil is actually insane. Next up, we have the Umbreon VMAX. This is from my first booster box of Brilliant Stars. The video is up on my channel. The audio wasn't working in that video, but we did manage to get a Gem Mint 10. It's not the same value as the Moonbreon, even though it is an Umbreon VMAX and sort of an alt art, but it is a very nice 10 to have. Next up, we got the Umbreon GX Shiny. This is the second best card from Hidden Fates. I pulled this again during my birthday live stream, December 10th. Centering looks really good. No whitening on the back. This is a very valuable card. Let's see if we can get the 10. Let's go. Gem Mint 10 on the Hidden Fates Umbreon GX. So far, we're doing very well on the 10s. Next up, we have the Charizard from Evolutions. This was probably the highlight of, honestly, my entire year. We pulled this also on my birthday last year, and the entire room went wild. I already know this isn't a 10. You can see some whitening in this corner, along with this corner. In the correct light, you can see 2 print lines that go down across the feet, and I'm probably expecting an 8 or a 9. Definitely not a 10. This card is very valuable in a 10. The Near Mint 8. I'm not disappointed with this. The memory of this holds a lot more value than the actual price of it. Moving on to the Mega Rayquaza EX Full Art. I do not have high hopes for this card. There was whitening on pretty much every corner. This is the best possible pull you can take out of Roaring Skies. There's whitening on literally every corner. I think the centering on it is absolutely beautiful. If I had to guess, I'm going to go for an 8. But oh, it actually got the 9. That's actually crazy. This is also another very valuable 10, very hard to grade from the XY era, but I'm absolutely not disappointed with a 9 when I was expecting an 8. 2 more cards in this left side. We have the Solgaleo Lunala GX. Another card once again from my birthday stream. This is probably one of my favorite pulls from that day. Prior to sending it, I did compare it to the Umbreon for centering and whitening, and it honestly all looked pretty good. It might be a little small on the right here, but it did get the mint 9. I was really hoping for a 10 on that one. but still a very beautiful card. Last card here, we have the Rayquaza VMAX from VMAX Climax. I pulled this during my 100 subscriber live stream. It was a lot of fun. I pulled this honestly forgetting that it even existed. There was 2 other hits in the pack, and I completely forgot VMAX Climax can do that. Japanese cards, always very high-end quality. Gem, mint, 10. Just as I expected. Moving into the right pile here, we have the Mewtwo V-Star. This was gifted to me by one of my friends. He just wanted to open some Pokemon cards with me. We ended up pulling this Mewtwo. Pokemon Go, I'm not sure how the value of it is doing right now, but this is a really nice Mewtwo cards. I know the Mewtwo cards in that set are obviously all the chase cards. Gem, mint, 10. We're doing so well. This is my first big PSA submission, and we're like killing it on the 10s right now. Next up, we have the Radiant Charizard. This was also pulled with that golden Mewtwo, which is crazy. This was never shown on my YouTube channel, but the patterning on this looks amazing. I don't really see any issues on the back here. I'm going to go ahead and assume this gets a 10. It's pretty nice. And it's got the mint 9. So I think this is definitely a card you would want in a 10 and not a 9. Just because of how easy it is to pull, I think. But still really nice and not complaining about that. We got a few more cards to go. We have the Marnie's Pride. This was also another card I think I pulled during that same video with Brilliant Stars where my audio wasn't working. I think the top is very thin. I didn't actually realize how off-centered this was. The bottom looks really thick. No whitening. This might be on the card. Yeah, that's on the case. No whitening on the back. So it looks pretty good. The whitening is the centering is really not that great. Let's see what it gets. Ooh, that's some really bad centering. To get an 8 just off of centering, I think we're still doing pretty well. Next up, we have a base set Ninetales. So this is actually a card I bought off eBay. I really, really love the Ninetales, and I've been looking for a really nice copy to grade. I really thought this one had potential for a 10. The centering looks really good on the back. There isn't really a lot of whitening anywhere. I'm not sure if that's considered some whitening. It just kind of looks like it's part of the card. Just some dust on the case. There was no print lines, which is very hard to get for these early sets. The earliest set, if this gets a 10, it is worth so much. Ooh, it got the 9. All right, I mean, I can't complain about that. Base set's really hard to grade. This is pretty much a pack fresh card that I bought off eBay, and it was like 10 bucks, so I cannot complain about that. And getting a 9, that's it's good. I think there's a few more vintage cards still in this pile, but next up we have the Pikachu from Legendary Treasure Radiant Collection. This was a card I knew was kind of off-centered, but the PSA 10 population is extremely, extremely low, so I decided to send it anyway. The back was worse than the front, and I thought maybe they'd be a little bit lenient for that, but it ended up getting a mint 9. All right, so it did get the 10, but it did get the 9. Looking at the piles, it seems the 10 and 9s are both equal to each other. So let's hope we can catch up with a Mega Charizard EX. There's another card pulled during my 100 subscriber live stream. I think the Evolutions full art cards are very easy to grade compared to the Hollows. Gonna go ahead and just guess the 10. Gem mint 10. Surprisingly, this is not really that valuable of a card for a full art Charizard. The population on it is just a little bit too high, but still really awesome. We've got an old back Japanese card. Let's see what it is. It is the Typhlosion T17 from Neo Genesis. I had really high hopes for this. I had 2 copies of this. It's a little bit off-center, top to bottom, and the back only looks like it has this tiny white dot here. The best I can hope for is probably a 9, but we'll see what it does. And a near mint 8. Shoot. I don't think there was any print lines. Japanese is pretty good with quality, so any damage on this is probably from when I got it a very long time ago. Here's another Japanese card. You might have seen the peak. I'm not sure how I'm going to edit that. A Kingdra EX from Rulers of the Heavens, aka EX Dragon. I guess Ruler of the Heavens is Rayquaza, which is in that set. I bought this card from eBay a very long time ago. The quality of it was just amazing. There was no print line, centering was phenomenal, and I really thought this had a potential for a 10, and getting a vintage EX as a 10 would have been phenomenal. So I bought this card hoping for the 10 and expecting the 10. What in the world? Hold up. There has to be something wrong with this. I don't see, like, for there to be a 5, it has to have some sort of indentation or damage. I don't know if I'm just not seeing it, because there's no big indentations or damage that I see on this card. This card looks amazing. Wait. I think I found it. I'm not sure if you guys can see that indentation right there. I cannot imagine that brought that down to a 5. You can see it right there in the light. It's like kind of an indentation. You can't notice anything on the card. Either way, I'm a little bit shocked this ended up getting a 5, but it is what it is. We're down to our last 2 cards of the submission. Next one up is the Calyrex VMAX alternate art. Another card pulled during my birthday stream. I think the population of this is pretty low, but mostly because they just haven't been graded yet. Let's see what we get. We get a Gem Mint, and price is going to be on the screen for this one. I actually have no idea what it could be worth. Chilling Reign is a pretty good set, a lot of good alternate arts, so I'm really happy with that. Down to our last card of the submission. It is the Arceus V alternate art. This is another card I actually pulled off camera. I was opening just some packs with my cousins. This was the only pull out of entire ETB. It was also the last pack, which I thought the ETB was going to be a complete dud, but I ended up pulling this. It's really a nice card. All of the Arceus cards coming out are like really beautiful. So let's see what this one gets. The Gem Mint 10. Overall, we had 9 10s, 6 9s, 4 8s, and 4 cards that were a 6 or lower. If you guys are interested in any of these cards, almost all of them will be available on my eBay, or reach out to me on Instagram for a better deal. Don't forget, December 10th, right here on the channel, we're doing another live stream. Tons of giveaways, vintage packs, an insane amount of packs are going to be opened. Hope to see you there. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.